first. Okay, welcome everybody. We have Hanson here today, JD, Aiden Funk, Tyler Owens, Matt Perkins, Colin Frommert, Sarita Spooner. So we got the gang here today. And today we're going to finish up the Excel lesson. But before I do that, I want to bring something to your attention. So let me share the screen here. We'll go over to Google Classroom. And let's see here. Okay, we're in Google Classroom. I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to the Excel Book 2. Let me back up on the Excel stuff here just a little bit. Way back when we first started Excel, I called assignment budget. It was technically a workbook, but there's only one thing in it. So I just called it assignment rather than workbook. Because at the time we weren't really talking about workbooks yet. We just were talking about the basics of Excel. And you did the pre-test. And we'll be doing a post-test. They'll be the same thing. Except by then I will review and we will hopefully know how to do everything in there. So that was just to get you started in Excel. Then the following week this time I called it Workbook Assignment 1. Okay, and when you open that up, you saw a Zoom recording I'd gone over it. You saw the original tutorial I had made for it, and you had the PDF of what to type into it. Okay. Then the following week, we did what I called Excel lesson week 2. Let's see, what did I call that? One workbook with, well, basically it's workbook 2. Okay. Probably should have named that a little bit different. But here's the thing is when I first put this up, I had the Excel notes, which are just for general reference. I had a little 12-minute video on formulas and functions, just so you understand the basics of formulas and functions. I had the whole tutorial video, which you could have looked at and got the data to put in there, but I did not have this PDF up here. And it brought to my attention yesterday by Colin Frommert. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I got two students with almost the same name, with similar names. Colin Frommert from this class. I have a Franzman in another class. Sometimes I mix up the names. Okay, make sure I didn't use the wrong name. Okay, and he was in here working, came in on a Wednesday. And Mr. Rio, there's no PDF there, like what the stuff is. Now, yeah, you could have looked in my tutorial and saw the data I typed in, but that's not the best way to do it. It's better to do this. So this is here now. So if you were frustrated on the second Excel workbook because there wasn't one of these, now what are these in case anybody forgets or whatever? This is when you make a brand new Excel workbook and you got different worksheets, little tabs at the bottom. Okay, this would go on the first one. Okay. Now you notice this doesn't have the formulas or functions in it. That's got to be added later. And this would go on the second one. And this would go on the third one. Now you might say, Mr. Rio, what's this thing over here? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know why it's there. Ignore it. This has total sales and highest sales. And then this here is mileage. And it's got shortest distance on there. And then this is the one that had the if function. Okay. So you type this in. And then you might say, how do I do those functions and formulas, Mr. Rio? You just watch my tutorials, or you were here live when I did it on Zoom. Okay. And then we fill that in and it's really easy. You just follow me and fill it in and submit it and cakewalk. Okay. So I just wanted you aware that's been remedied. So it's easier for you if you haven't done that for some reason. And now this week we're going to finish up our charting. Now I haven't talked about the 20 useful websites or the 12-year-old app developer. Actually, I'll mention about 12-year-old app developers. Actually, another app developer. There's two videos you watch here. First one's only 4 minutes. Super easy. It's a 12-year-old who makes apps for like phones and tablets and things. So you might say, well, if a 12-year-old can do it, I could do it. I'm older than 12. Yeah, we all could do it. You just got to learn how to do coding. So that's pretty interesting to look at. And then there's a guy over here from South Africa, and he also taught himself how to code and do stuff. So we got two that go together. They're both on the theme of coding and writing code for apps and stuff. So it's just wanted you aware of that kind of stuff. That's, remember I said we're doing internet and web stuff too right now. And the 20 useful websites. Now, if you go around YouTube, there are all kind of YouTube videos like this: 10 best websites, 50 best websites, 20 websites, best news websites, best do-it-yourself websites, whatever. There's all kinds of them out there. But just to get some idea of some of your choices, there's lots and lots of great tools out there. There's lots of junk out there too, so you got to be careful. Now, charting. We made a workbook with that we put in some data and then we make charts, because that's one of the best things Excel is used for, making charts. And when people make charts in Excel, it's not just for Excel. They might make a chart in Excel and copy it over into PowerPoint or into Microsoft Word. So, remember, Excel is part of Microsoft Office, just like Word is, just like PowerPoint is. So they're designed to work together, and you could share stuff between them. So for what do we have here? We have Excel quick and simple. It's a little video there. How to make a line graph in Excel. Excel week 3 charts. This is a tutorial I made, and this is the data. Okay, so you should have opened up a new Excel workbook, and this goes on the first one. We already did the chart from that Tuesday. This goes on the second page, and we already did the chart. Let's see, we did game sales, and we did annual sales revenue. Okay. Now we're going to be doing heights of tree seedlings, and then we're going to be doing a budget. Okay. So I'm going to go back into Zoom here. And I have to, okay, I have to share something else here. We're going to go into, okay, so you guys should see my Excel right now. I'm using the online only version of Excel. If you're using the Windows version or the Mac version, that's okay. They're very similar. Actually, a little nicer. Here's also something I'm offering to everybody. Next Wednesday, if you want to do like Colin did yesterday, come on in, go in the Mac lab. I'll set you up on the Mac version of Excel. It looks almost the same, really easy to use. We'll save it to your desktop. I got some printed out of the PDFs. You can go in and type in the workbooks. I can help you if you got questions on how to do that. And then I'll come in there and sit with you, and we'll go through the formulas and functions, and you'll knock out whatever workbooks you got to finish up, including the one we're doing now on charting. So if you want to come in, I usually get here by 9:30 on a Wednesday and stay till about 2:45, 3 o'clock at minimum. So if that's something interests you, let me know and come in next week. You can contact the lunchroom, and they can have a lunch tray for you. Or if you don't forget to do that, they'll probably give you a lunch anyway, because they're here anyway giving out food on Wednesdays. So that's what's up with that. Okay, back to our charting. We did game sales. That was this one right here. And there are different types of charts and graphs. Okay, there's bar charts and pie charts and different types of line charts and that exist. The goal of a chart or a graph is to visually show your data. So what we're doing here, we're looking at game sales. We did this the other day, and it's visually showing us which game sold how many units in each month. So you can easily look and see what the more popular ones are, and then see what's in that month. This particular chart here shows Amazon. You guys all know Amazon. Their revenue going up, up, up. Now, that doesn't include 2020 and 21, the pandemic. I'm sure it skyrocketed in the pandemic because so many people were ordering stuff online. Now we're going to go to tree. Now, what is tree? These are trees that are being grown, and this is their height. This is the time when they're born, when they start out, and then 2 days, 4 days, 6 days, up to 20 days. So these are 3 different types, and how much do they grow starting about when they start out? So let's say it looks like beginning, they all start around an inch. This one was about 1.5 inches. Oh, it's centimeters, sorry. Oh, 1 centimeter, which is like quarter of an inch or a third of an inch or something. So we got a centimeter, 1.5 centimeters, and then another centimeter. Now, as they grow, and then they might decline a bit because various factors can come up. We get this one here ends up 6.3. I assume that's centimeters, so that's it's still not very big after 20 days, but it's probably like about 3-4 inches or something like that. This one here is 4.8 centimeters, and this one be 16. So this one's got quite a lot bigger. Okay, so we're going to make a chart here. So what kind of chart do we make? Well, first we got to think what data we're going to use. Right now, I'm going to see what happens if I select all of this data. That include the title, heights of tree seedlings, the different types of trees, the time, and so forth. Then I'm going to go to, let's see here. We're going to click on okay, we're going to click on recommended charts. It's under insert. Okay, so under insert menu right here, and we got all of our data selected. We're going to do recommended charts. Now it brings up and it shows you what it looks like here. This one has some dots. This one has dots and line. This one just got lines and so forth. Okay, or you can go up here and just pick whichever one of these you think would be best. And they have a few other ones under here too. Okay, so for this one here, I'm trying to see what I put on the original. I put line graph. So I'm going to try doing my own. This is called a line graph right here. I'm going to click on that. Okay, it looks pretty much about the same as this here. It's got the heights of the trees and the time. Okay, that doesn't make much sense because the heights of let's see. Okay, it doesn't make much sense to include that. So that means my data selection is the problem. I'm getting data in here, it doesn't go with the other data. The time does not really go with the other columns. So no problem. I just delete it. When in doubt, delete. Now I'm going to highlight here, except this time I'm going to leave the time off. I'm just going to do the 3 types of trees. I'm not even including the title on it this time. Seems like I should include the time. Let me try it without the date. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try it from doing it over here. I'm going to click insert chart. Okay. We got that. We got that color code. We got, looks like it's time. Okay. Looking this over here. Okay, this here, we got the titles down here of our lines. So this here, we just pretty much want to, I deleted that there. Now, how do you add titles to this? Okay, I think I can do it up here. No, not there. This one. No, not there. I usually use the full version, which is a little bit different. Oh, you gotta go back to insert. That's why it's not there. Okay, I'm gonna click on the chart. This is a little bit trickier in this version. I'm gonna click on the title of this here. All I'm trying to do is put a title in here, but okay, with that selected. Trying to figure out where they hide that in here. Seems like it should be under insert. Maybe it depends on what I click down here. Okay, here's what I did. I double clicked and there it is right there, what I was looking for. When in doubt, double click. Okay, they have what's called the legend. We already have one down here. This is the legend telling us what those are. Those are 3 types of trees. Okay, we got the horizontal axis. We don't really have anything. Oh, we do. We got time on here. Sorry about that. That's horizontal right here. So we'll leave that. Vertical axis. We don't really have anything up there. Let's see if there's a place we can put some text. Got that. Values. Okay, we got the legend and vertical axis. Doesn't have anything for doing the title there. Okay, let me see what this one does. Series. Thought it would have something to click on the titles. Maybe that's it. There it is. Yep, there it is. It was hiding a little bit. Okay, for our access title, we want time. Now we got that there. Okay, yep. I'm on the that one. So I want to go vertical axis and scroll down. Major grid lines. Vertical axis. I don't see title in there. Okay, all I was trying to do there was just put in a title up here for what we're doing. I might cheat a little bit and see if I could just find a text box. Can't even find one of those in here. Data. Refresh all connections, formulas, page layout, insert. Okay, we got a line chart. Got other charts. They should have a lot more helps in here for doing this stuff. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not even going to worry about it right now. This is close enough. This goes with this here. What I was trying to do is put like heights of ceiling in the middle of this down here. And I was going to put centimeters over here. But for whatever weird reason, it's not coming up there. So we'll just leave it at that for now. That'll be fine. Let's go to budget. Now, budget, we're going to do a pie chart. Pie charts are really good for budgets. You get to see where your money's going real easy out of your whole budget. So what are we going to do here? First, I'm going to see what happens if I highlight this. Now, we're not going to do the monthly budget or the annual budget here. If you happen to have that info in there, you can put it in there if you want. I don't care, but we don't need that for what we're doing here for total. Now, I'm going to go straight to pie and click and select regular old pie. Now, I thought I was going to put Michael Rio's budget there, but it didn't. Put it down here like a category. So I'm going to delete the whole thing. Now I'm going to reselect and just do the rent through here. Now, if you look at your budget and you end up with some reason with different numbers because you looked at something else that I may have used different numbers, not a big deal. As long as they're all kind of ballpark reasonable to a real budget. So now I just selected this. I left Michael Rio's budget off of there. And now I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to go to pie chart and do the standard 2D pie chart. And that's better. That's pretty close. Now all you need to do up here is double click where it says chart title. See, that came up real easy. I'm going to put Michael Rios budget. If you want to put your own name in there, I don't have any problem with that. It's just a practice project. Now, what this does is it shows the categories in this. But here's what I don't like about this, why I consider it not quite done. It is just showing me the colors for each one, and some are bigger than others, but I don't see any percent. I don't see any dollar amount. I don't see any of that kind of stuff. So I don't consider myself done yet. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to see what's going on here. We have legend. We have series 1. Okay, we got colors. We got that. This is when the online version is not quite cutting it. Okay. I'm going to try to see if I can get that in there. Vary color, help improve charting. Okay. Usually there's some options here. Okay, I'm going to click on chart again. And I'm going to look around to see. This is probably what I was looking for earlier. Switch columns, data, other charts. Okay, tail chart. Well, I'll go underneath pi and see what they got. They just got 2 types there. Okay. And again, this online version is frustrating to work with. I wish if we're in the Mac lab, it'd be 10 times easier. Or the Windows version might be data labels. That's what I think I was looking for. Okay, let's just try some of these. There. I'd say, Mr. Real, that's kind of small. Okay, this is getting better. Now I got to cover this up only because I don't have much room here. I got this tiny screen, and I'm on online. Okay, that's data labels. Now I picked the first one. Now you can pick this one. We'll put them out there. I can pick this one here, put outside end. Now that's better. That's much better. That's what I was looking for earlier. Best fit. Okay, some people may prefer this, and that's okay. If you do a different data label than I do, that's okay. How did I get to data labels? I clicked on here. It looks like it's something called chart came up. That's normally not there. That's part of it too. There are some weird menus that only come up when you click on certain things, and you never see them otherwise. So that's why they're kind of hard to find sometimes, and they might require a certain type of click. So yeah, they got different type of legends. Like say I wanted to do a legend like that over on the right. I kind of like that better. That's probably better. And I won't go through all the other ones, but there's several others you can choose from. So that's not bad. You got Michael Rio's budget, you got the dollar amounts, you can see which ones are the bigger ones. The only thing that would be nice is if the name of the category was in here. So let me see if I got that option here. It seems to only do a dollar amounts on here. Okay, I'm going to see what's under legend here. Overlay on the left. Let's see what that means. Okay. There's the chart title. You got different options how you can do that. Okay, now that I did that, let me go back to tree and see if I could fix tree. Now, of course, I got problems with when I try doing this with the Zoom stuff gets in the way. Okay, let me go back to here. I'm going to double click this, try and get, there it is, the chart title thing come up. But then this comes up over here. It looks different. Probably because of a different type of chart. Okay, oh, I click on chart. There it is. That's what I need to do. I need to click right there. Okay, that's where the problem. This will be much easier now. So we want heights of trees. Of course, heights is spelled wrong, but that was from a student doing it. I'm going to do this. Perfect. This is tricky. There it is. Much, much better. Much, much better. Now for the axis titles, primary vertical. So we're going to do something like this. And we'll do centimeters. I'll just do cm. That's good enough. There it is. Much, much better. Now you know what that is. Okay. We got time down here in days, so that's okay. Now we got centimeters here and the heights of trees. Perfect. So what did I do? Mr. Rio, how'd you get that? How'd you do all that? I clicked on here, which brought me here. Then I didn't see what I wanted right there. That was frustrating. So then this chart thing appeared when I clicked on here. So I clicked on chart up here. There's everything that I need. What is everything I need? You can do a chart title. They got different types where they're going to go. I can go to axis title, and I wanted the one for the vertical, which is over here. So I typed in a centimeter, and then you got legend here. You can have different legends on the left or the right or the bottom. What if I did my legend on the right? Okay, it would look like that, but kind of messes that up. I'm gonna pull my legend back down to there. So legend on the left. No, that doesn't really look good. So I'm going to go back to legend on the bottom. I think that works good for this one. Okay, sorry about that little delay there, trying to figure that out, but I was using the online version, which I'm not as familiar with. So if you can get any decent looking chart, even if it's not perfect, just do your best. Put in the data, get a chart for each one. Okay, here's game sales. One thing, why am I on game sales? Let me fix this. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click chart. Now that I know where this is, I'm going to go to axis title. I'm going to do the vertical. Now, what do I need to do over there? I need to put units. So I'm going to do it like this. So people know we're selling units of games, not dollar amounts. So that's like how many games that we sold. And Amazon, that seems to be fine the way it is. There's billions, revenue in billions. Okay. So I'm going to step out of here. If you go to format next to chart design, it brings over to, yep. Very good. And some of you may find other tricks or shortcuts or anything like that I didn't. Like I said, I was trying to use a version I don't normally use. If you're in the Windows version or the Mac version, it's a bit nicer and smoother. But even then, I admit it can be quirky. Sometimes you're looking for something, you don't find it right away. You just click around, try your best. And with the charts, you have nothing to lose to try something. If you do a wrong type of chart, not a big deal. You just delete the chart and make a different chart. If you make a line chart and it doesn't make sense, and you really should have a bar chart, or if you make a pie chart, which works great with a budget, but it doesn't work that good with lots of types of data. If you got sales over like 10 years, I don't know, maybe sometime a pie chart would work, sometime not, depends on your data. When you're not sure what data to select, it's like, do I select including the title or just the labels, or what do I pick? When in doubt, highlight, make a chart and see what it looks like. If it makes sense, if you look at it visually and it makes sense, and you may have to add some titles in there to help, then you're okay. If it doesn't make any sense, then you say, okay, I'm going to have to try something different. Not a big deal. I do that all the time. Whenever I got to make charts, I usually don't know for sure what I want before I make it. I just try out things. But I'm going to wrap it up there. And we went half an hour today. No Zoom meeting tomorrow, so we'll be back Monday. But if you want to come in for help next Wednesday on Excel or anything else, I plan to be here all day next Wednesday, starting about 9:30 in the morning. And if not, good luck working at home, and feel free to contact me for questions. So I'm going to stop our recording right